Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Monday morning live trading show. I would like first to welcome the people who are for first time with us. I hope everyone is having a great day so far, wherever you are in the world. Some friends from Australia, they must be enjoying the afternoon. Friends from London, England, they must trying to wake up. I hope you guys have a nice cup of coffee. And for us here in the, let's say, in the more sunny part of Europe, we are still enjoying iced coffees in the morning. So, well, I think it's time to start. So let's make sure we all know about the weekly trading podcast we bring every single Monday on the website. And here is the area you can find the podcast. After we finish this live trading, I will record them and I will upload them. So you're going to have the opportunity to know what's going to happen in terms of fundamental, basically, let's say just the fundamental picture of trading. So I know it's not important to trade fundamentals, but when we trade technical trading, if we know where some strength and weakness can be played in the market, it helps us either to avoid getting in some trades or to initiate some trades if the technical picture agrees. For let's say we can validate more some trading signals. That's all. So let's move on, guys. Please make sure you download the Admirals mobile application. You can find it on your Google and App Store. And of course, please take some time to read the disclaimer. In few sentences, it's just weighted that this content is for general information only. It's not intended to give any trading or investment advice or personal recommendation. So let's go to the website. Here it's the trading podcast. You can find it here at Analytics, Weekly Trading Podcast. I just share the link directly with you, and you're going to find it here. You can also download it on your device, right? Next, what's the news for today? Early this morning, we had some purchase manufacturing index numbers came in China, some weakness in the manufacturing sector in China. Then we had some Japanese consumer confidence announcement, not that confident, although not deviating that much. Because as we said many times, in general, Japanese, they trust their government, they follow their schemes, and they are happy with that. Today's more focus will be on the euro. We're going to have some growth rates, some actually more GDP and inflation rate. We can see in general in the eurozone here, there is expected to rise inflation, then some growth rate. The flash, it's forecasting with lower numbers. So we see what's going to happen and how the euro will react with that. Top headlines from today. For those who are new here, I just go to Premium Analytics portal and I just log in. Here is a Premium Analytics, and I just go through the major top headlines, of course. So China's factory, as we said, it's showing some signs of weakness. UN Turkey race to save Ukraine grain deal after Russia tried to cut the deal. Rocky treasury market trading right towards Wall Street. Natural gas prices have plumped into autumn about 40%. That's great. For whom? For the consumers, of course. And I remember, I think it was Cherry and maybe Rumen. You guys were shorting the head and shoulder pattern on the end gas, and that was a brilliant trade. Well done. Sorry if I don't say someone's name and I say well done. Don't get offended. It's just out of memory because we read this news. Okay. Rate squeeze punishes ones. Triumphant tech stock. This automobile group will file bankruptcy. Remember, we are in the third quarter of earnings season in stocks. That's why we have a lot of announcements from the stock market. Israel's Benjamin aims to come back in November elections. With energy crisis looming, UK weather agency is said to say how cold Britain's winter could get. And the last one, of course, Twitter. Elon Musk took over. It was the first weekend he took over, and some lost jobs, they've been taking place. Unfortunately, we will see what he has in mind. But the thing came out. Sorry, I'm just laughing with this, but the thing came out is that I will just take you into another area. I'm monitoring some charts just to show you here. Let me find the platform. Where is the platform now? Why I can, here it is. So here I do some chart analysis on other areas. I don't find them in the MT5. That's why I use this one. But you can guys see here that this one here. So sorry. Now I realize that you couldn't see anything. Okay, so I just changed the MT5 to the team viewer. If you're familiar with the team viewer, can you guys see my screen now? Is it the team viewer? Can you please type yes or okay? Yeah. Thank you. So if you have a look at the Doge coin and the Shiba Inu, especially the Doge coin, because it's more sensitive to Elon Musk's taste. So we see that this is the daily, this is the weekly chart. We see that since he took over Twitter, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, we see from 6 cents, we went more than the double. That's it hit it 15, and now it's just trying to see what's going to do, if it's going to pull back or keep going. I don't know. So just to see how some markets, they are just working together and how sensitive they can become on a certain news events. Let's go back to our MT5 platform, and what can we see here? Of course, we start with the dollar index, ladies and gentlemen, and we were expecting to see some bullishness in the dollar here. What did the market do on Friday? It's just weighted a little bit around this area. However, now the sentiment, where is the sentiment? The sentiment, we see that it's a bullish because we see this uptrend, but to establish a downtrend, we definitely need to see a break below this low point here or below this low point there. Okay, if this one here, it's good enough to start looking for short plays. Excuse me. Sorry for that. So when the price, if the price is going to push to the downside, then we're going to start looking for shorts. For now, we have to acknowledge that this this market for intraday trading, if you are trading pound USD, Euro USD, and Aussie USD, and everything related to USD. If you are trading intraday, I will definitely suggest you to look closely the previous day's highs and low of the dollar index, because the dollar index, when it approaches this area of support and resistance, again, I'm talking about intraday, okay? So you can go to the daily chart and you can monitor these two areas. And it's really going to help you to understand if you have room to move or not. So for now, it's if you ask me which direction this currency pair is still at, I will definitely say it has bullish bias because we didn't register a new low. But in the long term, it has bullish bias. But in the short term here, it has a sideways move. So it's about, let's say, 50-50 and not 100% in one direction. Okay, so let's move on. The DAX still good. Remember, we said this is a textbook example, guys. We talked about that 100 times so far, and we're going to keep talking about that. Initiate some long positions here, and I totally remember clearly when we used to do the live at this point, the market registered a new lower low, and I told you that around this area, if in the New York it's going to reverse, we're going to most likely have a bullish engulfing here. So some trades be taken from there. If you missed that one, the trick I shared with you, we can enter. Okay, you couldn't enter on that, but the trick I shared with you, if you missed the engulfing here and you want to enter on a retracement, if the market reaches the 50% of this bullish candle, you can have a sell limit order here, a buy limit order here at 50%, so you can get with the move. Or some people, they can just buy right at the close of the bullish engulfing. If the bullish engulfing, it's not that it didn't move that much. Okay, so we still have room to go until we reach this area here. That's my first target. Remember, we are still in an uptrend. Any intradays or any 4-hour, 1-hour charts, they are good to apply trend analysis with moving averages, with Bollinger Bands, however you want to capture your trend. So that's a good 15 minutes, 5-minute charts. We said we need to wait for the markets to show us this formation of higher high. Now the market is making lower low. To buy, we want to see higher high, and then we can have a buy limit order, sorry, not sell order, a buy limit order around this area to capture the move to the upside. So that's the intraday rules. FTSE is just moving around this area, nothing clear. Dow Jones finally hit the target here. Did anyone trade the Dow Jones, guys, during this move here? We analyzed it a lot. We said double bottom here. Then the market made a higher high, this high with this high here. It's a clear one. Again, textbook example, this high with this high here. We had a double bottom. For double bottom traders, that was the neckline, that was the bottom. The distance between the neckline and the bottom, we replicated for 1-to-1 move to the upside. For candlestick, sniper trades like us here, we took this bullish engulfing. Hopefully many people, they took this bullish engulfing somewhere here or somewhere there, doesn't matter. Anyway, my target got hit around this area. If it has room to move to the upside, it looks like now on the weekly chart, we can retest this level here, definitely. So let's put a new target here on the weekly. Here is the weekly high, so the market can push to the upside until it touches here. We will see what will happen, okay? And remember, markets, they never go in a straight line. When you see so many buy candles without the retracement, start questioning the integrity of the trend. At any point, it can give some pullbacks. Okay. And I encourage you to trade the indices because they give less false signals than the currency pairs, guys. Okay. Nasdaq and the S&P. So some, remember, we are in the earnings seasons. Nasdaq, S&P, there are indexes. There are indexes that they include top, let's say, companies in the US. So understand that if some companies that they have heavy volume on the index, they didn't report yet, or they report lower earnings, it affects at some point the indices. So maybe we're not going to see the moves we would like to see. So in regards to Nasdaq, we had this rejection here that was on the daily chart. Could it be traded? It could be traded to the downside with this rejection here, but and now at this support, the market pushed higher around this resistance. We don't take breakout trades just like that unless we have a pattern, we have a direction. S&P, it's much clearer now. We talked about S&P that it was clear when we had this higher high, because that was a double bottom. We didn't take this bullish engulfing because we said it's very close to this area in the market that maybe it can react it here, but with this higher high, intraday, 4 hours, 1 hour, however you would like to play your trends. And pretty much that's it with the indices. Let's have a look at the euro pound. First, some questions I see here. Good morning, good morning. Can be interpreted as a triple bottom USD CHF on the daily chart. We will check. Euro New Zealand weekly, 2 reversal candles. That's correct, Rumen. Was short and stopped out. Euro New Zealand weekly. Rumen, come on. Were you short on the German, on the Dow Jones? That's where you went short. We were talking about buying positions. We go with the trend. So triple bottom, we want to see the CHF and the New Zealand, Euro New Zealand. Okay, we're going to have a look at both, guys. So let's start with the pound. What do we see here? What do we see? What we see some mixed picture on Dow. Okay, we see some mixed picture here. If we're going to see some strength in the dollar, then we can see some weakness here, although it looks like the market is getting optimist in the last week. Maybe it's because of the new prime minister in UK, but in general, the pound is getting stronger. So at this point, are we going long? I don't know. Are we going short? Most likely, it looks like that. Now, some people, they're going to see higher highs and they will say, let's buy. From a technical point of view, that's not a valid higher high. The last swing that created market structure was this one here. So unless one of these areas, either the low or the high, is taken out, we don't have any established new trend in the market. So we don't know the long-term buyers, where are they? So it doesn't look an ideal candidate for me to take direction. Let's go to the euro against the US dollar. This one here, it looks more clear for 2 reasons. First, all the forecast, they are looking bearish for the euro. Although we're going to have inflation rate coming out in the eurozone today, if the numbers they're going to positive the inflation, it means the euro getting more value. So we have to see some strength in the euro. If this is not going to happen, it means the market is very weak. From this point here, there are a lot of resistant areas we can see through the candlestick patterns, and the market can push to the downside. But on Friday, the market didn't push to the downside according to this bearish candle. And let me ask you something. When the market was about to, when the market print this bearish candle previously, like this one here, we saw the next candle bearish, the next bearish, the next bearish. But when it printed this bearish candle, we didn't see this candle to be bearish. So we have to question the market. Why is not selling off? It means maybe buyers are not that in control here, right? So maybe it's also good to understand that the market is very indecisive and nobody controls. So what bias to take on this area? And don't get me wrong, guys. Yes, we can just come here and say, okay, I think it's going to go down. We make few trades, intraday trades, whatever. We experience some profits, and then we say, oh, wow, you see, I knew that's going to happen. But just try to replicate your trading thinking process 100 times, and then see if this type of information will work in your favor. Okay, from experience and from trading so many years, it's not that favorable outcome like this. If I see the market doesn't sell off from a strong level of resistance, I have to question the strength in the market. Okay, let's go to the USD CHF. Was a question here. Triple bottom, sorry, or triple top can be interpreted as a triple bottom USD CHF. Look, no, it cannot be interpreted as a triple bottom because I don't see the other two bottoms here, right? If you are saying that this is a bottom, this is a bottom, unless you go to the 4-hour chart, on the 4-hour chart, you can see one bottom, second bottom. Here it's a double bottom. But a triple bottom, no, because if we start cutting through the candlesticks, then we're gonna get lost at some point. Okay, but really on the daily chart, no, guys, there is only one swing here. That was a double top, let's say. Then that was the neckline of the double top, broken to the downside, the market pushing higher. We don't know if they're going to put a new higher high. I don't know. The market just broke out below the trend line support, also created a new lower low. So most likely we should see some weakness. Now, if we put the FIP tool here, we are approaching the 50%. If the market go through, then the 61.8% can become a solid level of resistance, and we can see some weakness. Okay, from a technical perspective, this looks okay, but you see, guys, there is no confirmation between the currencies. I'm okay, pound USD. There is not strong correlation between what the one currency against the US dollar is doing comparing with the other. So it's not that predictable. So on the triple bottom on the pound US dollar, no, I don't see a triple bottom on the pound US dollar. unless you are talking about the 5-minute chart, Cherry. No, man, I'm joking. No, I don't see any triple bottom here. Australian dollar against the US dollar. This one showed too much weakness because we see that the market make two red candles trying to push to the downside. Again, we don't see something indicates strength in one direction. All right. New Zealand, it's just hovering around this resistance. Now, if the dollar it's going to get weak, then we can see the QE to the upside. Although I like the fact that we broke and closed above this resistance here. I like the fact that the sellers, they are not in control. What I don't like though is that after a strong level of resistance, it's been broken, the volume should be increased to the upside. And I don't see the candles. How do I read the volumes here? I just see the candle bodies. And if the buyers, they were, guys, it needs so much effort to break through resistance. It needs to execute so many orders for the market to break higher than on a resistance, above a resistance level. And if we don't see this kind of strong following through, it looks like the strength is not there. I just apply logic thinking in trading as well. Okay, it's not just technical analysis. USD CAD, that's a double bottom here. Again, it's too much uncertain about the direction of the dollar, and that's why we struggle a lot to find a clear trade here. USD yen, we came up. Let's go on the weekly chart. We have this minor pullback here, so we can see some follow through to the upside, maybe. Aussie yen, nothing, just hovering around. Euro yen, now it's just mess. Euro Oz, we see that the market was trying to do higher highs. At some point it stopped. Now it went into this range. Maybe it's going to be a range to be continue to the upside, but who knows? No clear direction. Aussie CAD, this one, it's still clear. For now, it looks good to the downside, but if we're going to do some intraday, we have to make sure that we have lower lows and lower highs. Like we learn, okay, if we break below this lower low, below these lows here, then definitely we can have some sell entry, sell limit orders to take us to the downside and target this lower swing. Okay, that will be also a good trade because we have defined areas of support. We can target them. Pound against the euro, or euro against the pound. The euro, remember we talked about these lower highs and lower lows. We see that the market is still selling off. It's good. I'm holding few positions on intraday trading, to be honest here. Most of the profit has been banked, but I'm still holding some positions here to the downside because of that strong weakness in the euro and that strength in the pound. Swiss appears to be very weak in general, so pound against the Swissy, it's just moving to the upside. This is a good for intraday. We found one good pair at least. So the market is doing these higher highs. Yeah, we can go down to the 5-minute charts, 15 minutes, and find these higher highs that I explained many times, and we can trade. Gold also can put some weakness because on Friday it was so weak. Okay, maybe it can follow through. Crude oil, I don't know, sideways. Euro CAD, sideways. Euro Swiss, we said when the market will come here, we have to be careful. So the sellers, they put bearish engulfing, although the Swiss, it's very weak against everything else. So we will see what it's going to happen. Pound Oz, Pound Australian dollar approaching this resistance area. We can see if it's going to be rejected here. And Aussie Swiss, sorry, I have Admirals background here. I hope it's okay with you guys. Aussie Swiss still in a downtrend, but trying to put some higher highs here. We'll see. And the last one, let's have a look at the where is the Euro New Zealand? Here. So Euro New Zealand on the daily chart. Some people maybe they see these double tops here, but no, that's not the resistance. The resistance now moved to this area. From weekly perspective, we have this higher high, and the market is trying to come down to this area of support. If we see some rejection on this area somewhere here from the buyers, somewhere here, this highs here, then we can maybe start look for longs. Now it's just making lower highs and lower lows. But again, Euro is weak, Kiwi, maybe it's also a bit weak. Which is the weakest? It looks like Euro is the weakest from these two, but it's giving me a hard time to really have a clear direction bias with this market. And guys, I will suggest you something. If you find yourself have some doubts about which direction to trade, think like yourself it's next to another 100 traders you're sitting next to another 100 traders. So if you don't understand where the market is heading and you ask the other 100 people, hey traders, where is this market heading, don't you think that most of them they're going to have similar thoughts with you? Because if it's not clear to you, it means it's not clear to other people as well. So where are we going to trade? Some people they're going to go short, some people they're going to go long. Where is the market is going to go? Where the money will flow? You understand? Just try to also use this thinking process. It's going to help you a lot. Trust me on that. Euro USD show a triple bottom now, 30-minute chart. Euro USD. Yeah, it shows triple bottom on 30-minute chart. I think we can see it as well on the 15-minute chart. So Sean says that here is 1, 2, that's the triple bottom. Now, why we don't want to trade long with the Euro USD? Simply because the long-term bias are on the downside. So when the trend is down, when we see weakness in the price action, we want to go with the force, not against the force. Okay, in my opinion, I will, if you want to buy this on the 30-minute chart, you better wait to see some bullishness coming into the market, to see some like a green candle here with a body considerably equally strong with the previous candle on the time frame you're going to trade. Okay, that's the best way to interpret that. All right, guys, we came to the end of this live trading webinar. I hope that everyone enjoyed so far. Look, I understand the markets are not that clear right now, so only few opportunities are here, especially for intraday trading. For end of day trading, few more, as we explained. Keep an eye on your indices. They can give some good plays. I believe that German 30 and the Dow Jones and the DAX 40, I think they still have some room to give us some bullishness. So I will leave you for now. I hope everyone will have a great day, evening ahead. Happy trading, and I'm looking forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.